you need them to feel okay with you, then you get preyed on. People will prey on you. And I'm not talking about P-R-A-Y. I'm talking about P-R-E-Y. People will prey on you. So if you're all big on, wanting to be seen and wanting to be heard, I remember the first time that I had my heart work page together. And I was talking to a friend of mine, and the friend was telling me, she was like, launch the page, Cecily, launch the page. And so I said, okay, that's what I'll do. So in January of 2015, I launched a heart work page. And that page started out with like 70 people on the page. Mm-hmm. So right now it has over 25,000 people. And to me, that is a blessing, because every single day, every 2 hours, I would go on there and I would post stuff on there to give people nuggets to be able to have a greater day, a better day, to give people nuggets to walk away from their haters, to give people nuggets to walk away from the pettiness, to give people nuggets to want to draw closer to God. Whatever God has given me the victory over in my life, I share it because I know it actually works. And so it's when I started out, Cecily who? Heart work what? What is that? But if I would have shied away and be like, oh no, no one knows me and no one's liking my page, and my life is not a status. It's not a Facebook status. My life is not a social media. This is the life that God has given to me, and I'm going to live it to the fullest. And I'm going to make sure that when I'm living my life to the fullest, that I'm reaching back and I'm taking hold of the hands of people who are desperate to come out of their situation. So I'm not going to use my voice as a means to advocate for other people, but I'm going to use my life, because we need people not just to talk about it, but we need people to be about that life. Live that life out loud in front of other people. And yeah, don't get me wrong or whatever. I tell people this all the time. If you would get this part, what I'm about to say, out of the way, will be a whole lot better. Get it out of your system. Not everybody's going to like you. Get that out of your system right now. Mm-hmm. Not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody's going to support you. Not everybody wants what you have to offer. Be okay with that, because now you can take your focus off of that and put your focus on those who really need you to show up and pour into them. And that's what hard work is about for me. It's about what I've overcome, teaching other people not how to overcome, but teach them how to live. I'm talking about really live your life, not exist in the shadows of other people's opinions, not exist. I do everything I can to share and inspire and motivate other people, because I know how it was for me, living in the dark and shadows, living and being around people who had the ability and the means to be able to help me, but they wouldn't do it. People see your potential. I mean, having a conversation with you right now, I see your potential. I see what you can do or whatever. And even if I ever never saw you after today or whatever, I believe in you on some level by what I see in your potential. People are afraid to celebrate other people's potential. They're afraid to go on different social media sites and give somebody some props or whatever without having some type of strings attached to it. Exactly. Because when I started doing the hard work page, I ended up doing teleconferences. Mm-hmm. Free. I did it once a week. And I remember the first time I kept saying, okay, I was like, how can I reach more people? And so I decided I would do some teleconferences. So every week I would take the time out to study a good word or whatever so that I can give them something. And I remember the first time I was going to do my very first teleconference, similar to me doing this first time doing this radio show. It was my very first time. And I hope my cousin is actually looking at me on live right now, because the reason why I'm saying this is because when I decided I was going to do the teleconference, I went on Facebook, y'all. Hard work. Hear me when I tell y'all this. I went on Facebook and I showed what I basically was like posting on Facebook. I'm about to do my very first teleconference. Here's a call-in number. Here's the topic. Here is this. Here is that. And I was just super excited, but I was nervous at the same time, kind of like I was on the radio show. I'm like, I'm super excited about this, but I'm nervous. And so when I got on there, I had my laptop up. So you do these teleconferences and you can see the people. Yeah, you can see the people who you're talking to. You can see the people who are actually calling. You get to see all of that. So I got the laptop up and I'm like, okay, here it goes. And I get on there and I look. And at first it was nobody. And I'm like, I done told everybody. I told family. I told friends. I posted it on Facebook and nothing. Nobody was on there at first. And then all of a sudden I get one person on there. I'm like, oh, okay. And so I'm looking at the screen, looking at my laptop screen, and I'm waiting for more people to get on the call, and nobody else was getting on the call. I just had this one person on the call. And I walked away from the laptop and I said, you know what? I'm just going to keep on going. So I just kept talking about what I wanted to talk about and kept pouring. And you had at a point you could do Q&A. And so I was like, if anybody got any questions, this is Q&A time and everything else. And I pushed a little button and I was like, anybody got any questions? Ask any questions right now. So this one caller, now that no one knows this, so I'm saying it now, but this one caller was like, asked a question. And I recognized her voice, and that one caller that asked the question, she was my cousin in South Carolina. Oh, hey, Tashi, I love you if you're watching. She was a one person, and this was years ago. And she got on that call, and she asked that question. And I just remember after the teleconference was over with, I hung up the phone, and I went in my bathroom, and I just cried. I bawled my eyes out. I was, I can't believe nobody showed up. I mean, I had all kind of mixed feelings. I was getting mad at the ones who said they were going to support me and didn't show up on the call and this and the third one. And I just remember sitting there, finished bawling my eyes out, crying like a big old baby. And I remember God said to me at that moment, he said, who are you doing this for? Why are you doing this? Why? What is the real reason why you're doing this? Because if you're not doing this so that I can get the glory out of your life, then stop right now. Don't even do no more. And that was check for me. That was a checkmate for me. I was like, okay. So I sat there and I realized, I said, you want to know what? I've been through too much in my life to shut up now. Right. I've been through too much in my life to sit back and watch the world do what it do, and then sit back somewhere in your private sections with your fans and family and friends and complain about things that you want to see change. So my thing was I was going to remain to be consistent. And I did. I did teleconferences. I was a mentor. I did life coaching. I did whatever I could to get the message out so that people could be better. My thing was I want people to be better, because I know that if for me, when I became a better woman, I became a better mother, a better friend, I became better at everything across the board, because I know better now, and I could do better, and I can live better. And now I have an open door policy in my life. And when I say open door policy, that door is open. I can bring people into my life, but I'm leaving that door open, because at any given point in time, you no longer want to support me or be there for me. That door is wide open. You can leave at any point in time, because guess what? There may come a time in my life where you don't have to leave. I'm going to escort you out. And that's what hard work is really about. When you begin to process who you are, every time processing who you are, becoming better at who you are, you deal with less mess. Mm-hmm. You put up with less stuff. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not about being bitter and negative, but when you're sick and tired or whatever, and you really want to change your life or whatever, you're not going to put up with certain things. I don't respond to certain things because it's just irrelevant to me. Right. And I always say on my Facebook page, and it's a nugget, because a lot of times when I'm on Facebook or whatever, and I really don't get into all the different scrolling and things like that, but sometimes I will see how different people are sending subliminal message to their haters. Or subliminal message to naysayers, or subliminal message to the people that done broke you down. Stop sending people these subliminal messages about you, about how you feel about them. They already know what they are to you. They already know they don't have their best interest at heart. Stop sending messages to them, because every time you post a subliminal message to people who you already know are against you, you're giving them the ammunition that they need to keep on wounding you. And now you sitting back, instead of you living your life, you're constantly having to recover from life, because you keep leaving yourself open for certain people who you know don't have your back. Unfortunately, you got families that's going to be up against you, friends, ex-friends are going to be up against you, but your focus cannot be on that. Your focus has to stay on what is necessary in your life. I'm always posting things like, it's impossible to make a person feel left out when they're not trying to fit in. It's impossible. Right. It is impossible for you to make me feel left out if I'm not trying to fit in. It's impossible for you to understand petty stuff. That petty stuff. If you're responding to pettiness, it really is a signal of your maturity level, of how mature you really are. Because there's certain things that used to matter to me back then that don't matter to me now. It just doesn't. And that's called changing. It's called growing. And so hard work is so important to me, because I want people to live a better life. I just want them to have a better life. I want to know who they really are, because it's more powerful. You are more powerful when you actually know who you really are. You really are. And aside from that, a lot of people think, when I think in terms of knowing who I am, I'm not talking about this superficial stuff that we are accustomed to doing in society now or whatever. When your heart gets broken and, you're going through the hardest times of your life or whatever, you're piling more things on top of that pain, and you're suppressing it. Going out here, losing 20 more pounds to appeal to the ex that left you is not going to work. Going out here trying to get your bag up, get your money up and everything up like that to appeal to those who walked away. You cannot keep on using or compromising your worth and compromising who you can become to prove a point to anybody. See, when people realize that you need their attention to move on, you're going to be taken advantage of. Exactly. So my thing is that when I go through, even to this day, when I say hard work is a lifetime of work, when I'm going through what I'm going through, me and God get behind closed doors and we're going to process this stuff. We're going to work it out. We're going to figure out, I'm going to figure out the why behind what I'm doing. Hard work is a lifetime of work. It's something that you will be doing for the rest of your life. Because when you up, it's great. But when you down, what's pouring into you? What are you allowing to pour into you when you're going through the hardest times of your life? What is it? What are you using? When you're going through the hardest times of your life, what are you using or what are you allowing to be poured into you? Because you can go out here right now and some people like, girl, I know how it is. I know this. And they're giving you that, pouring all that negative, toxic stuff into you versus you sitting down saying, okay, God, this is where I'm at in my life right now. It's uncomfortable. Because see, here's my thing about that. Whatever area in your life that you're struggling with the most, I'm talking about whatever area. That could be financially, it could be a health issue, it could be a family issue, it could be whatever area that you're dealing with in your life right now that you're under the greatest attack in is the area right now that God wants to deal with you about. Reason being is because the enemy knows what your weakness is. He knows that. And if you never take what you're going through to God and allow God to deal with you and allow God to help you handle things and process things or whatever, you're leaving yourself open to be continuing to be wounded by life. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm thinking about hard work, it's about wholeness. Every area of your life has to be under submission, has to be open to God for him to be able to deal with it. There's never been a time since I started doing my own personal hard work where God left an area of my life out. Now I can deny that area if I wanted to, but I choose not to. I choose to be open to God to deal with every area of my life because I know that the higher you go in life, the more enemies you're going to have, the more haters you're going to have, the more naysayers you're going to have. I'm not pressed on that. When I say I'm not pressed on that, it's because no matter whether you're doing good or bad, somebody somewhere is always going to have something to say.
Well, when it starts with the hard work, I would say that people have to want it first. First and foremost. Yeah. Want it. And also allow God to guide you through it. A lot of the times people get I'm so tired. I'm so stressed out. I don't know how I'm going to do this no more. They're not calling on God. Mm-mm. It's like that door closed. Mm-hmm. And they'd rather go text Facebook and ask Facebook about it. Mm-hmm. But Facebook don't really care.
Mm-mm. It's entertainment.
It's entertainment. Mm-hmm. And not only that, your story is what you manipulated to me on Facebook.
Yes. I gotta agree with you on that.
Some of the happiest couples I know on Facebook, he's beating on her, doing all types of stuff.
You're so right.
So with that being said, it starts with the inside of you. You have to come to a term within yourself. I want to change it. I want to fix it. Yep. I don't know what to do. Facebook ain't helping me no more, God. But see, that's what was going back to what I was saying earlier. Mm-hmm. When you said you gotta want it, that's key. Yeah,
that's the key because when I was in my bedroom on that floor in my closet, bawling my eyes out, nothing nobody else could say to me was enough. I needed to be able to get to this place where I didn't have to feel the way that I was feeling anymore. So I called on God. I'm like, God, listen, do whatever you need to do in me. And it was almost like he was saying, "Woo, finally." Right. Now we can get the real work done.
Let me watch you up.
We can get this work done. We can get this together, whatever. And I'm not going to sit up here and tell anybody that hard work was easy. Mm-hmm. Doing your hard work is not easy because people are no longer being real with themselves. Mm-hmm. Every time I turn around, people are celebrating artificial and illusions as if it's real, and they just downcasting and whatever when the real stuff comes along. You don't want to hear all that till you're going through something. Mm-hmm. Now you want everybody's attention. Yeah. But I had to want to change. I had to want to get past this area of my life. I had to want to truly stop living like this. And when I got to that point where I said enough is enough, I didn't need nobody's permission to get myself together. And I had gotten to a point in my life that I had lost so many things that I tried so desperately to hang on to, and it left you anyway. You done did all of this altering your life and did all of these changes, these superficial changes for other people, but the only person you're not changing for is yourself. You're not really changing for yourself.
And then what real gratitude do you get out of